How about now, guys? I am so sorry. I don't know why I had no sound. Shoot. Let me explain everything again now. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hi, Yvonne. No sound. Do I have sound now, guys? Yep. Okay, good. What I was saying is I'm going to be making, for myself, I wanted to make myself a pineapple block quilt. So all those fabrics that I have showed you, which they're scattered kind of all over my desk here. Actually, my husband made me a really big area for my new cutting mat. This cutting mat is super huge. It's 56 by 34. It's really long, really wide and really long. So if I wanted to lay out a lot of fabric, I can do that. Okay, so what I was saying is Fat Quarter Shop has pineapple foundation papers. And these foundation papers are what you're going to work on to build your block. So this is paper piecing. But this is made with really thin almost like coloring book paper. But I did find some free patterns online because this you have to purchase only from Fat Quarter Shop. They're the only ones that have this paper. And they have them in a 12-inch and a 6-inch block. So I'm doing the 6-inch block. I have a pack of 40 papers, but my quilt's going to require 42. So I have to get another pack. But there are some free ones online. This is a 6-inch block. It's 6.5 inches right now, but when all the 1/4-inch seams are sewed in, it's going to be only 6 inches. This one here is also a free pattern from So Very Easy. And I will link her YouTube channel below. I'll link this video that she does. She presents this free template if you're willing to make it. It's actually much larger than mine, which is fine. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's 7-inch block. So the finished block is going to be 6.5 inches. There's got to be a way to shrink this down to make it 6 inches if you want 6. But this will end up being a finished block of 6.5 inches. So this here I found on Google. I just typed in pineapple, free download, pineapple foundation paper pattern. This one you have to buy from Fat Quarter Shop. And I'm going to show you how to use this Fat Quarter Shop ruler at 1/4 it's called. That comes when I start sewing. So what has happened here is the pattern that I'm making requires 5 charm packs. I only had 3. I need in total, now I don't think I can give you the pattern simply because it is a exclusive pattern. My quilt ain't gonna look like that. Just saying. This is a Fat Quarter Shop pattern. So for me to make this back lap quilt, which I am not a square kind of person quilt. I don't like completely square quilts. So I'm adding an additional row. So that's where it comes in that I need an extra pack because I need to add in an extra row here. So I need to make 6 more blocks than what this pattern calls for as a lap quilt. This finished quilt's 53 by 53. That's too short for me. I don't even know how you can cover up in a square quilt. That's 53 by 53. So instead of using 4 additional charm packs, because they have to have that on top of the one that you got, so you need 5. I have my jelly roll squares, which I have already started to cut up. And that's still not enough. I still need 4 more strips of 2.5 inch. So that's where all these additional 1 inch or 1 yarders are going to come in handy. So I'm going to just cut 1 strip off of each one of these fabrics. And what's left, I want to make a really nice border with just these 4 fabrics. So they're all in the set. I'm going to cut these and make a 4-patch because I really liked how the 4-patch turned out on my girls' quilts. So I'm going to do the leftovers with that. Now, these other 3 here, I have to cut. So this one I'm going to use for my sashing. The sashing is what's going to go between all my blocks. So as you can see, it's not white. There will be white on the outside of all my blocks. So this sashing is going to show up really nice in the white. And then my border, I'm going to put a thin border around my quilt when it's all put together. And then I will attach the sashing, the extra border that I'm going to make with the 4 patches. And then this will be my binding. So I have enough fabric for the binding. I have enough fabric for the backing because this pattern only calls for 3.5 yards of backing. I have 5 yards. So I have an additional 1.5 yards to make my quilt bigger. So I'm going to do that. So these are all going to be, so the reason I chose this as the binding because my backing is dark. And that's going to, ouch, my hand. That's going to show up really nice on the purple backing. The borders, I don't care about those. I just want the border to be a really thin outline, like an inch border. So I'll cut an 1.5 inch strip, put it in, and once I sew on both sides, it'll end up being just this skinny 1 inch border all the way around. So that's what I have in mind for doing all of this. So I'm not following their pattern because their pattern is not something I like. I like the block, but I don't like the way they put it together. So I'm doing my own little thing here. And I have to sort out all my pieces because I have to mix them. I want to mix the lights and the darks because I'm going to have white in it. So this is about as close to white as it's going to get. And this is actually very pale blue. I don't know if you can see that. It's a blue. So that's going to show up on the white too. So all I'm doing is taking my charm squares right now and cutting them in half. That's not the size that the pattern requires. But that's the size I'm going to be using. So I'm just separating all my colors out because once I cut up all my 2.5 inch strips. So this is the last of the patterns. This is such beautiful fabric. I just can't seem to. So I guess this one here you got 3. And then you got 2 of those and 2 of those. I don't know. Are these all the same? Not really. This just looks like an oddball. Oh, weird. Why would you get one strip of something? So if you guys have any questions on, I don't know where this piece goes. So I don't know why I got one piece. So I'm just going to separate these back out. We'll see if we'll get another oddball or if it is the matching one to that. See, some of these are really, really close in color. So I did get 3 of these because this is part of this collection here. And then we've got these, oops, and those. All right, so this is the whole entire palette of the fabrics that are in here. Thank you. I love the colors too, Yvonne. So much. They're just so pretty. So I'm just cutting these in half. I need in total, see these strips here? I need 504 of these strips in just the colors. Then I need 504 of them in the white. So I got a lot of cutting to do today. Maybe I'll get a quilt block done. That would be so awesome if I could. So I'm just opening up these packs and giving them a cut. Like there's quite a few here. Just using my 2.5 inch ruler here just to divide this in half. There is a lot of waste. There will be a lot of waste. So that one's there. So this is going to give me a good assortment of color. And then when I mix them all up, that will make me happy. That's why I'm breaking these all down as much as I can, so I can get an idea as how I want to lay out my pattern. Like, this is the time consuming part. Good morning, Judy. Does your brain ever let you rest? Lord, you wear me out just watching you. No. I'm honestly going to be honest with you. I am not a person that could sit on the couch and watch TV all day, all night, unless I'm sick. I know a lot of people are not like me. I know I'm just a busybody. I have to keep busy. So last night after my video here, I was like, well, I don't have anything to paper craft because I don't have any chipboard and it's not here. And we have no garbage service today. We have no mail service again today. So that's 2 days now. So I don't know when my stuff will get here because of the delayed mail, because of the snowstorm we had. Like, we had a major snowstorm and curling up my fabric. So I thought, well, I want to start on my quilt, but I had no idea what pattern I wanted to use to make all these colors show in my quilt. And then I thought, I know I have a quilt block that's a pineapple piecing paper, and I thought, I'll go get that and check it out. So that's where my brain just went wild last night. And then I pulled out this pattern out of my Sew Sampler box. So that's why I don't think this is a pattern I can share, because I don't know. It might be a pattern you have to buy from Fat Quarter Shop, but I'm not following it to a T. Hi, Mary. So I'm not following their pattern. I'm making it my own, basically. But I am following some of their measurements, but it's not rocket science to figure out how to do a pineapple, because you just go online. All of them are the same. You just go online, print off a pattern or follow a pineapple quilt block pattern, and they tell you all the sizes right there and then. So yeah, so where are you? Where are you? You're right there. Ooh, that's a darkie. That's a nice dark one. Love the dark ones. So why does these look the same? They probably are. I don't know. Maybe I'm mixing up two different. Well, if they're that close, then geez. Okay, this one is definitely not that one. It's that one. Because there's the other one. So what do I do with the other one? Oh, it's still there. Okay. Should have been two. It's really hard to see. Wow, these colors are just way that's why I want to mix these up. I don't want, like, they're too close, you know? I don't want to do them like that. All right, well, whatever. There's only one. I really love this purple pattern here. This one here is so cute. So that one. Yeah, these ones here are pretty close in colors. This one here, that's what threw me off. This one has 3. I don't know why they do that. Ooh, I'll never be able to cut through that. That's pretty thick. Take half. Even though I think I'm almighty. Pays to have a sharp blade. So that one's there. That one's very faint. That'll look really nice with the white. You'll see all of these with the white. two there. Two there. And two and two. All right. So I'm almost finished with this charm pack. Then I gotta get to cutting my things, my jelly roll. So you have two of those, two of these. Ruby, I wanted to tell you that Jen has 50% off code for today and tomorrow. Oh, good. Because I wanted to buy her Wonderlust paper and I wasn't paying the full price for it. Oh, God, I got to go find that code. I remember seeing that in her group. So, again, this one came with 3. I remember seeing her post that she's got a little special something with her video uploading. So I'm going to go watch her video and get that code. I really want that collection. I wished I would have waited. I could have built that thing with, and this one here has 3. For some reason it gave me 3. Oh, I love this one too. All right, so on to my last charm pack. So I did all my math, as you can see. I done all my math here, figuring out how many squares I needed, and I did all my math up here for the pieces that I needed. So I figured it all out, how many I'm going to need exactly. I hate this chair. I wish it would stop squeaking. It's driving me nuts. In a very quiet room. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's pretty. Oops. All of these fabrics are gorgeous. Jeff's outside snow blowing. The remnants of what happened yesterday with the snowstorm. That's a nightmare. Is this the same too? Yes, there's two the same there. Okay. So I'm just cutting these in half. You don't need them this big. A lot of waste is going to happen, but that's just inevitable. Which one is this? Gotta be that. That one. Here we go. This one again with the 3. Yep. So that one I did do right. We got 3 of those and 2 of those. This one's really pretty too. They're all pretty. I don't know which one. I can't even really say which one I like the most because I like them all. I really do. Judy, I can't keep a secret. Am I watching her? I keep thinking she would make a good dealer at a, at a casino. You want to know something, Judy? I was a casino dealer. And I even have my name badge still from Klondike Casino when I worked for them back in the 80s. Oh my God, I was so young. And I was a blackjack dealer. I do not know if I'm going to be able to cut through that many layers. And I did. Look how many layers I just got through. That's a good rotary cutter. All right. Yeah, I was a casino blackjack dealer. Pretty funny too. Like you say that. Two of those. 2 of those. And there's going to be 3 of these. Yep. 2 of those. 2 of those. Now, where was this? Right there. So what's going to suck is I'm going to have more of one color than another color. So I just got to make that work. That's basically all I have to do. Make it work. There's 3 of those, 2 of those, and 2 of those. There. Now, I've got my 2.5 inch strips, which I've got to cut 1 of each. So I'm going to do that before I carry on. So I need to stack these so I can make room so I can pull out my iron, because I have to iron those fabrics before I cut them. So I'm just going to stack these in stacks like that. Whoa, that's a lot of those. Hello, my little girl, T-Eyes. You in the room with me? You want to go in your bed? It's over here. Come over here. You'll eventually find your bed, sweetie. Hi, my girl. You'll find your bed. Just don't get under my feet of this chair, please. I don't want to run you over. All right, so there's those. We'll just leave those off to the side. And I need to iron. What am I doing here? I need a strip from there, strip from there, strip from there, and a strip from there. La-di-da. That explains it, eh? Yeah. You don't want your bed? Okay. So what I'm going to do is just move some stuff here for a brief moment, because I need all the room I can get, and then I definitely need to move that mouse. And we don't need this stuff right this minute. You know what? I'm going to cut everything, because once I move my iron and lay everything out here, I'm going to have to iron all of this fabric, except for the backing. I ain't ironing that right now. I don't need to, but I will need to iron those. Okay, so let me move this. Let me bring my iron station down. Okay. I need to turn that sucker on. All right, I need to move you. So your cord has to go over there. Oh, I know, wait. That's too much of a cord. How do you wrap this? I guess it goes this way. I don't know. Something like that. This cord is too long, and it's going to get in my way and cause problems for me. All right, so we need to move you because I need this board. I need the whole part of it. And I'm not going to use this because it's not big enough. So where did I put those fabrics? Right here. So in order to cut these, you should iron them. Happy New Year, everyone. It just makes for your cutting to be, you know, nice and straight. Get rid of all the folds out of here. It's too bad I only need 1 strip. And I'm actually going to fold this in half and iron it this way. Yeah. Because Actually, I'm going to cut this whole thing because if, and one good thing about this pressing mat here, I think I'm going to use it because it presses both sides. So this wool mat will iron the top and the bottom. So we'll cut all of these into 2.5-inch strips because then I can make my my 4 patches with it. So I'm just waiting for my iron to heat up. I'm going to go grab myself a cup of coffee if you guys don't mind. Jeff would make me one, but he's outside snow blowing and I'm not going to ask him to come in here to make me a coffee. I'll go get it myself. Oh, this fabric is gorgeous. Don't you agree? I love this fabric. Now what's going to happen is I'm going to end up with a little bit of a fold in here when I iron it, but I don't care because I can iron that out or cut it off. So I'm going to grab a coffee. Well, this iron does take a lot of time and I actually need to grab some more water for it, to be honest. And I'll be right back. I wish my little girl would lay in her bed. My coffee's just making right now in my Keurig. And we'll fill this up. I've got a lot of ironing to do. And it's not quite at max. There we go, it'll do sufficiently. Almost done. I need my coffee. Alright, good job. We got a coffee. Whew. I really need this. Nice fresh coffee. And I'm not going to keep it anywhere near my fabric, so don't panic, ladies. Okay. My glasses. And let's get ironing. And I really, really like how this iron will iron the back because of the pressing mat. So I really don't have to I don't have to open this up and iron in there because it doesn't look too shabby. Get rid of some of those lines though. And that fold mark that I made. Oh, screw this mat. I have to do it this way. These are only 1-yarders. I don't want all these folds in it. So that noise you hear my iron, ow, you hear my iron? Okay, so this one's done. Good enough. Now I will fold it in half because I am going to cut it like that. So see, it's going to make nice straight cuts. That's why you iron. Where did you get the pressing mat? I got it from Fat Quarter Shop. Mary. Where's my other yard? Right up here. And I don't starch my fabrics. I don't starch quilts. This fabric, I find this fabric already stiff till it's washed. There we go. You can see it definitely needs to be ironed before you cut it. I'm actually going to put, I just don't want the heat to transfer through onto my brand new cutting mat. I love this big cutting mat. I really do. Oh, I got heartburn. I don't know why. From that coffee maybe. I only had one sip of it. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. I don't really need to iron the other side. But see, look at these creases. Those would have showed, they would have put my cuts off. These creases. Okay. That one's ready. Yeah, I'm kind of leery about this on my table because I know that, I know that it has gone through before. I'm wondering if I should put my mat underneath this to prevent this from going through onto my plastic sheet. This one's really pretty colors of pink and purple. Oh my gosh, I wish they'd make paper like this. Did I see a hole in there? Nope, it was a white leaf. Looked like a hole. This is beautiful fabric. Where did I learn to quilt, Mary? On my own. Just started doing it. My first quilt wasn't the greatest, have to admit. It was not. Believe me. This has really got wrinkles in it. This side's not too bad. It's just all these wrinkles. Whew. Oh, my glasses fogged up. I can't see. Yep, I just learned to quilt all on my own. Nobody helped me. I went online. I found a quilt pattern. The first quilt I made was called a quillo. And I made it for my mom. And it was a quilt that turned into a pillow. Now, I thought it turned out super nice, and so did my mother. And it wasn't perfect. It wasn't, you know, it was an amateur quilt. It had a few errors in it. But my mom absolutely loved it. And when my mom died, I burned it with her. That quillo, I told the undertaker to put the quillo under her head because she loved her quilt. It folded all up and it went into a pillow. So they call those quillos. And I think people still make them. You know, that was quite a few years ago. But when she died, I sent her quillo with her because it was all in purples. And when my ex-mother-in-law died, I just finished making her a red quilt. It was for her Christmas present. And she passed away before Christmas. So I burned her quilt. I gave the guy the quilt. And it was a red quilt I made her. And I spent, oh my God, a long time making it. It was huge. And I said, wrap her up in it. It was her Christmas present that she never got. She never made it to Christmas. She got very ill. And that just made my heart happy to do that. Knowing that she may not have got it, but she got wrapped in it. So, yeah. You would think, you know, people keep quilts, but not me. This one I'm keeping. Nobody's getting this quilt. Not even my little daughter that likes to hawk everything that I make. She got her quilt for Christmas. That's all she needs. She don't need another one. Okay, so kind of need to press out some more. Some of these seams. Okay, so these are all ready to be chopped into my 2.5 inch squares. This one is my sashing, so I'm going to make sure I get that written on there because I'll forget. So we're going to write sashing on there. Okay. So I don't forget this is my sashing because I will forget. So this one here is 2 yards. Let me move this because the pins, of course, will stick. Will you sure do a terrific job? Just love them. Aw, thanks, Yvonne. Hi, Jada. Is that her name? I can't see from here. Welcome. So now I need that pressing mat and the iron. I got the iron off of Amazon. It is the, you know what's really nice? This is also a steamer. You can steam curtains, you can steam anything with this. That's why I love this, and it never runs out of steam. It's awesome. Because this reservoir here is, what the water, you can feel it's nice and hot. The water runs into the iron from here. So you're not actually putting any water into the iron, it comes from this thing. It is super awesome. And if you watch Jordan's Fabrics. They use a more expensive one, but it's identical to this. It's a newer model, I think. I don't know. This one was only 180 bucks Canadian. So I don't know how much that would be in American. It would be a lot cheaper. But I just bought shower curtains, new ones, and I really love my white shower curtains that I bought. And they're layers of ruffles. They ruffle all the way down, but they were super wrinkled. Guess what I used to iron them? I hung them up and I steamed them, and they came out beautiful. Beautiful. Now my fabric's folded there. Okay. I just have to do little pieces at a time because my board, my ironing board that I made is only so big. As long as it gets all these creases out and it doesn't affect my cutting, I'm okay. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to get wrinkled anyways while I'm working with it. Just flip this around because it'll be a lot easier to iron this. And then I don't have so much bulk over here beside me. Beautiful. Fabric is just stunning. And what I like, no water leaking all over. Hi, Kathleen. Okay, so this one here, what I'm going to do is fold this in half because it's too long. And this is how I'm going to cut this one. I'll cut 8 strips at a time. Just got to remember how you fold your fabric and make sure you fold it right so you get the width of the fabric. Okay, so it's 1 yard right there. If it's 2 yards. So I'll just give this a little press. And then I want to get those lines out right here. It's so bad. Okay. So we want to keep this nice and straight. Our folds the best we can. Like so. And then fold it this way. So that will be, when I cut small strips. So there we go. I'll give this a little press on this side. There are some yucky okay. So let's take that and let's stick a little pin in here because I want this to be my sashing and I don't want to forget that it is, because I will, because I've got too many fabrics going on here. All right, so this one here is the border. This is the inner border. Inner. My outer border will be all those pieces, the 4 patch. So let's get this pressed up because I just wrote it on here, border. And this is again 2 yards. Look at how wrinkled it is. Bad shape. That's why we need to iron our fabric. Honest to God. Some people like to skip this step and then they regret it, because when you cut, you'll end up, once you iron your fabric, you will end up with a piece of this folded over, and then when it stretches out, it will be a thing sticking out like a dog ear, they call it. But yeah, looks beautiful. I'm ironing it pretty good. This one is badly wrinkled. You can see that. This one's bad shape. And if you don't, you know, this is also going to help you make your squares more better and more perfect than normally. Mine is from T-Fall Mary. Don't know if you have it over there. Hi Ruby. Just saw your light on. Thought I would pop in. Wishing you all happy new year. Same to you. Elegant Delights by Grace. Same to you, Grace. Thanks for popping in. Glad to have you here. All right. I really gotta go see a doctor about my hand. There is no way I can sort mail with my thumb. That is going to be near impossible. Moving it like this, oh no. No, that's just not going to cooperate. I'm going to flip this over, get rid of some bulk over on this side. Start again over here. So let me see. Everything's feeling good under there. I just don't want any moisture or any heat transferring onto my new cutting mat. And I got this cutting mat on Amazon in the States because the ones in Canada are ridiculous prices. Beautiful. Okay, so let's fold this in half lengthwise. We don't need that big long thread. And all this fabric I got came from Missouri Star Quilt Company. All of this cotton came from them. So now we will fold it this way, line it up the best way we know. Oh, and give it a little press. Get some more creases out of there. Oh my God, this chair is so squeaky. It's ridiculous. It's so old too, but it's still in good shape. All right. Now, this one is my inner border. So we got that marked. And then we need to do this one, which is the binding. Like, I'm probably not going to need to cut all this fabric, and I won't. If I don't need it, I won't cut it all. Can you guys see how wrinkled it is? Nope, I could feel something underneath there. And I want to try and get that out because that is not good. Oh my gosh, it goes all the way there. Okay. That is a wrinkle that you definitely don't want in yours. Whoopsies. Sorry, guys. I hit you. I hit the camera. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm no for sure. What is your name? I know for sure. I'll try to remember your real name. Um, it's a Rowenta model. It's called a compact steam iron. It's a Rowenta. It's an awesome iron. I love it. It's made by Rowenta. And it's really light, believe me. It's really, really easy to maneuver it. Ruby, don't shock me like that again, LO. I am too old to be shocked. Me too. I'm right there beside you, Judy, honey. Don't you worry about that. I'm no spring chicken. Nope, not even close anymore. I wish I was still young. Oh, the things I could do, the pains I wouldn't have, the aches in my hands. Oh, life would be so good again. Yeah. So between my paper crafting and quilting, that's going to be my main things I'm going to be doing on this channel. Paper crafting and quilting. When I get the urge to quilt, like I did today, last night, I was ratcheting out my brain, trying to figure out what a quilt block I wanted to make for my quilt, what I wanted to have with all this fabric. I thought, pineapple, yes. Pineapple block would be just stunning. So that's what we're doing. This is very pretty. This is going to make a gorgeous binding. Aw, welcome, Lisa. Thank you. So yours doesn't have a water basin? That is weird. This is but one of the newer models. If you watch Jordan Fabrics, she's got like probably 10 of these irons. And they're all at ironing stations because she owns a fabric shop. So they do a lot of work out of their fabric shop. And yeah, I got the idea from her. This is my binding. I got the idea from her. I did have a smart iron, an Alyssa one that went up, but it started peeing water everywhere. As soon as I put water in it, it was coming out. So the seals had gone in that iron. I mean, it got good use. My kids bought me that 5 years ago for Christmas. They all chipped in and got it because it was very expensive. And I bought myself this for Christmas. This was my Christmas present to myself. Now, I do need white, so I'm going to grab some white from my stash. I don't know how much I'll need, so I'm only going to iron some. Like, I don't need to iron all of this white. It calls for 4.5 yards of background. Well, I'm not going to be needing it because I have, out of the background, they wanted you to cut your sashing and what else? let me see, where's my pattern? From the background, they want you to cut your sashing and your borders. Well, I chose different fabric for my sashing and different fabric for my borders, so I'm not going to need that. I am going to need a good chunk of this to cut out 504 rectangles. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm just going to take a rough guess. Grab my good scissors. And I'm just going to cut off my chunk. I'm going to cut off 3 yards. That's what I'm going to cut off. There's 10 yards here. I don't need all 10, that's for sure. And I'm not unraveling this, because this took me a long time to sort out all my fabrics. So there is 36 inches in a yard. So let me see, from the 47, how far I need to go. I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so I have to go to the 10. So let's make 3 yards of this. I'll unravel some of it so I can get 3 yards. Okay, so we'll just guesstimate 3 yards. So there's 1. There's 2, and we need some more unraveled. And there's 3. Okay, so basically what I have unfolded for now, and what I have left, I'll just stick it back on my stash. Okay, put my scissors back, put my white back. Okay, so let's iron this up. Is your, Lisa, is your Rowenta an older model or is that a new model? Because I didn't see one that didn't have the water base. They even have little compact ones, which would be really good for some people. Move that out of the way. Okay. Let's get some wrinkles out of this. I probably won't need all of this, which is okay. No big deal. I will put it back in my stash. Oh shoot, I forgot to iron out there. Dummy. There we go. There we go. Now we're good. Not have a lot of space here, but that's okay. I got a nice big ironing space, nice rectangle piece. I mean, this is handy, this ironing board. And Jordan Fabric's husband, he plays a big part in that company. Well, he owns it with his wife. He shows you on his video how to make this ironing board. Now, my ironing board has more batting in it than what he put in his. It's still really hard, but it's a little thicker. So I have like 4 layers of batting instead of 2. So I doubled my batting in that one. in my ironing board, and I just recovered it. I took the old cover off because I spilled sewing machine oil on it, and and I couldn't get it off. I ruined it. So me and my husband just covered this a couple of weeks ago. I recovered it. So I just took the old one off, and then I put another layer of batting, two pieces of batting in it, and recovered it with my purple fabric. A nice light fabric. Because if I would have ironed my fabric on that oil, and no matter how much I scrubbed it, because I tried getting it out with soap, and that didn't work because there was still an oil patch there, and I was afraid that, yeah, I love Donna and Matt. Oh my God, I love her. She's so sweet. I got a lot. I made the drag race quilts for all the men in my family. So my two son-in-laws, three son-in-laws, and my son. And I'll tell you what, they all got the same drag race quilt with the twist. The one she does with the twist with the diamond piece in it. Love it. And I love how her pattern, compared to Missouri Star Quilt Company, she's got a step-by-step pattern that you can print off for free. And I mean step-by-step. She tells you how to cut your fabric, how to subcut your fabric. She tells you every single thing, how much fabric you need, whereas Missouri Star Quilt Company's patterns that you get for free, they do not say how to cut your fabric. They just tell you how much you need and a picture of the quilt. That's it. That's their instructions. So that's not too pleasing for me, because some people need a little more instruction than that. Like I had to go in on their video for my daughter's quilts that I made with the Night Star and ask them, what size did you cut the inner and the outer borders? Because it does not tell you that in the pattern. It just says how much fabric you needed. And then she goes, oh, and it's a nice 5-inch border or 6-inch. So I'm thinking, did you cut 5 inches, or did you cut 6 inches? Did you cut 5.5? Did you cut 6.5? So I had to go and ask, but they did reply, so that was nice. And I noticed after I asked, I noticed someone else went and asked the same thing in that same video. If the strips were 1.5 inches or 2.5 inches wide, the inner and outer borders. So that's one thing, is I wish Missouri Star Quilt Company, if they're going to give free patterns, I wish they would be a little bit more elaborate with their patterns, because that was super hard to follow, having just a picture and telling me how much fabric I needed. It doesn't tell you how to cut your fabric or how to subcut your fabric. So that was kind of a pain in my butt. All right, so I'm folding this 2 times because I am going to be cutting through 16 layers of fabric when I do this. I did her Lone Star. Oh, nice. Love her patterns. They're so easy to follow too, like seriously easy. Okay, because you guys might think I'm crazy, but I will be cutting through 16 layers of fabric, and I have done it in the past. As long as my fabric is all nicely ironed, I will not have a problem cutting this fabric. There we go. So, just going to flatten this all out here. Make sure there's no fold in there. And then I'll be folding this up. So there's my 16 layers of fabric. I will be wasting a little bit to cut off this end folds, but I don't care. I'd rather do that than cut. Like, I will get all my pieces cut pretty damn quick, don't you think? As long as it's all nice and beautifully ironed, I will have no problemo. I'm gonna go grabbing a leaf, guys. My hand hurts just way too much with all this cutting I gotta do. My God. God help me. All right, so we're gonna cut this stuff first. All right, let's get rid of our ironing boards because I don't be needing these anymore for now. So I'll just stand it up over here. Put my little mat over here. Oh, ow. And turn my iron off. Okay, so I'm gonna go grab an leaf before I start cutting, guys. Oh, my hand really hurts. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Okay, but I do have to stand to do cutting. So I need to move this. And I need to move my iron out of my way. So you can go over there for now. And then we are going to put this here. As long as all of this is nice and beautiful, we are going to have no problem cutting through 16 layers. Right? Right. You can only handle 8? I know, I'm brave. I'm going to go grab an leaf and a quick pee before I take a swig of coffee. And I got to get my big ruler. I do need this ruler. Do I need that big long ruler or do I have one? Will this one work? Let's try this one. All my rulers are hanging on a wall. I hate the long ones. Oh, that one will work perfect. Then I don't need the long one. Oh, and when I come back, I want to show you what I got from Christmas for baby Chase. I will show you. Ouch, but I have to go quickly grab and leave. Hang on, guys. I gotta take Tia outside. She's sitting by the door waiting, and my husband's outside. I'm just going to take this to leave. She's usually fast. All right, come on. Come on, guys. You big girl. You're a big girl. Hang on. No, no. This way. You're big. There you go. You'll find it when you want. Okay, so I want to show you this very quickly. Last year for Christmas, I got a calendar for my daughter of my grandson. You need to wear a wristband. I have one. I wear it at night, but it doesn't help, Mary. It honestly doesn't. So I got this calendar of all pictures of Chase when he was first born. So this is for 2019. So these are all each year or each month. I would flip it over as his growth. So in March, this is what he looked like in March. That's what he looked like in April. That's what he looked like in May. He was getting a little bigger. I love this photo of him. That's what he looked like in June. There's his July, swimming in his pool, sitting in a pool of water. This is so cute. Oh my God. And that one is August. There's September, where he's learning to sit up. October, he's a little pumpkin. They cut out a pumpkin and they put him in the pumpkin. He was not impressed at all. And that is him in November of 2018. These are all of 2018, sorry. This is a 2019 calendar. And there's him in December in the snow. And my daughter made him all these hats. So all the hats he has on, my daughter Cassie made those for him. So this year, I got a 2020 calendar. And it says, for my grandma, a year of adventures. And that's Chase in the fall of this year. What a sweetheart he is. He melts my heart, this kid. So there's his pictures for this January, actually. I don't know. Nope. He still looks very babyish there. So in February, oh yeah, this is all of 2019 now. This is all the year of 2019. He's just got the world's most contagious smile and giggle. Oh my goodness. And there is March, what he looked like in March of 2019. That's him in April of 2019, loving his little red wagon. There's May. He's now going on swings. There, he is playing on his little car, trying to ride a bike, but it just didn't work. And that's June. Look at July. Isn't that just so sweet? This was just this July. August, of course, he's just, a cool dude. This is him at the races in the States. My daughter goes with her dad every year to somewhere in the States for car racing. So that was him in his new shades. And there is September. He's so growing up. Like he is just getting so much bigger. There's October, and this is at Grandma's house. He was dressed like a clown, and Grandma took his picture. And this is him at one of the pumpkin patches that they have here in October. They have one called Gammondale Farms. So they take him to that. This is November of just this year. I just love this kid. And there's December with all his cute hat his mom made him. I just love those hats. So these are my keepsakes. It says, for my grandma at Christmas, love, Chase. So she gets these calendars, and that's a picture of me when he was first born. She put it on the front of the cover when I held him in the hospital when he was just born. So that was just stunning. So these are my keepsake treasures. They do hang on my wall though. I do hang them. All right, so let's see how good I can cut through 16 layers of fabric with this hand. So first and foremost, I need to cut off the folds that I made. Ooh, that's kind of no good. Yeah, it's not going to cut. So I can't cut through that. I'm going to have to open this up and fix these iron marks. There we go. Get rid of them, because now I have to cut it with the long ruler. And my iron's in the way now. Yeah, that's way too much. Okay, let me move this down if I can. Sorry guys, you're gonna see my ugly hair. And let's move that. Okay, I can use that on those though. Where's the big long ruler? I do need this one. Even though I didn't want to cut like this, I hate cutting fabric open like that. So cut this, make sure I cut my boo-boo off. Is this past? Yes, okay. So I'm going to cut it to there. Nope, that's not enough. I'm going to pull it down a bit. Pull it up and cut it at the 47 mark. Okay, so this is junk. Now I need to know how big of strips I need to cut. Okay, so you just need to cut a whole bunch of these. I don't want to move them because I have to subcut them. I need 504 of these pieces, because this is what's going to go on the pineapple block with the other pieces. Okay, I don't want to mess these up. I need to subcut them. Oops, that moved. As long as I have 504, I'm happy. So there's that. I really don't know how many I need. So I'm just going to cut away. I know I need a lot. He is barking at my husband. Ooh, that's a crappy cut there. Why is it cutting like that? Dang it. Oops, did not go right through. Oh. Now I mucked this one up. Oh shoot, I have to leave for a doctor's appointment. Sinus infection. Yuck. See you later, guys. Okay, Mary. Yeah, take care of that sinus infection or it'll just haunt you forever. Okay, why? I'm mucking up my lines. Let me see if I can do the math. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. If I cut one, then I'll know how many strips I need, because I'll know how many I'll get from here. So let me do that. Let me cut one strip, just so I know how much I need. So I know how many pieces I'll get from one strip. So let's start with the fold. Always with the fold. I'm going to line it up there. And I'm going to cut the fold off. So I can do the math. That way I'm not going to sit here and cut all this extra fabric I don't need. Okay. That gives me 8, 16, 32, and 8. 40 per strip, right? 32 and 8 is 40. So 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. Oh shit, I think I got more than enough. Let me see. Let's just add these all up. My scrap paper here. I need 504. So 8 times 40 is 4 times 8 is, oh shit, no, that's not enough. 4 times 8 is 32. I still need enough. Oh, and these 40. So I have 360. So this is 360 here. So, oh boy, I need to cut at least 4 more strips. Okay, let's do it. Hey, I pulled out enough fabric. I think I cut off enough fabric. I'm smart. I hope I did. Oopsies. So there's 40. There's 80. How much more did I need? I need 144 additional, so 80, so 2 more strips. And then the rest can go back in my stash. Okay. 1 more, and then we are good with our 504. I'll have a few extras. All right. Perfecto. Now, just open this up. I have a long piece of fabric left, and this will go in with my fat quarters, which I don't need right now. Okay, so there's that little stack. And that little stack. Now, to get all of these stacked up nicely, I'm going to subcut them all. So I'm just going to kind of move you. I'll straighten you all out when I get to it. So I'm going to line these all up. Line these up. Staying lined up with that edge. So this is just a quicker way to subcut them. I have to make only 5 cuts. I'm going to take one down here. Oh, I can't. I need that to mark with. It has to go up here. Looks good, right? Hi, Phyllis. Hi, Jamal. There. Making sure I keep them all straight. And one more. There. Now I do have to move all of these down because my iron is in the way. So I'll just push these down quickly. Keep them straight. I just need the room. There. Okay, I think that moved a bit. Straight on here. There. Time to subcut these babies. This one here, I don't trust it. Okay. I will have to move my ruler up. These are all garbage. All right. That's a lot of pieces, guys. I'd have to say. That's a lot. 504 is a lot. Fix those. That's from the rubbers on my ruler. Moving it. Okay. And one more cut. Oh yeah, I was going to say I only got 4, but I already picked one up. Whew. I was going to start panicking. Oh. Good thing I have a good memory. Okay. The hard part's done. There are all my pieces. That I need to go with those pieces, which I'm not finished cutting those. I'm not going to be piling these neat because there's too many. I'll be here all day. Okay, I can sit down now. All right. Ooh. Any questions? Okay. I'm short. Oops. All right. There's my stacks. Now, for this, I don't need this big ruler anymore. This is my binding, and I need 8 strips for the binding. So let's just move this along here and line our fabric up. So I'm just going to make sure all my pieces are over that 1 inch, which it's not, so I can have a nice straight edge. 2, 4, 6, 8. So this is only 8 layers. Thank God. Make that nice and straight. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm cutting it this one here. There we go. That's crap. So most bindings on quilts, people like to do 2.5 inch bindings. That's basically what I like to do. I find it perfect. So I have to cut 8 of these strips because it's 8 layers, but it's my fabric folded over. So it's really only, it's only 2 strips. So I only have to cut 4 of these to get 8. Oops. Let me just make sure that there is 2 per thing, because I need 8 of these for the border. Yes, okay. So there's 2. This is not long enough. So there's 2.5. There's 4. There's 6. And there's 8. Now, put this here. I'm going to cut an extra 2 just because I'm making my quilt bigger and I want to make sure I'm making the binding bigger. So I'm going to cut an extra 2 for the binding. I probably won't need it because those big quilts that I made, the most I used was 8. So what I'll do here is just pin this back on here. Keep this on here. And I will sit it off to the side for now. Put it over here. It's all cut and ready. Now, with the leftover of this, I'm going to cut some more 2.5-inch strips because I can use this on my 4-patch. You see? So let me just line this all back up. Make sure it's nice and straight. Make my 2.5-inch cuts. Because my 4 patches will be 2.5 inches. And I'm lining up the 1/2 inch on my ruler. Oh, whoops. Let's take 2.5, not 1.5, you goof rod. Alright. 1. I'll use up the rest of the fabric. You can always make something with these. By waist. That was my every intention, was to use up the rest of this fabric to make my 4 patches. And I don't want any white in the 4 patches. I want just light and dark, light and dark, light and dark of the actual pattern. So that's my goal. That's why I didn't cut any extra white. I know what I forgot to cut. Okay. So this is just for the 4 patch. I really don't think I need all that. I'm going to quit and pull back my white out again because I need to cut more from the white. I forgot the centers and I need 42 centers. So I'm just gonna put this with the white here. I'm gonna grab my white and there's enough here for me to do. Let me just make sure. I forgot my centers. 3. So I only need 42, so I don't need this. Put that over there. And bring this white back out. I can subcut it this way. Yep. Alright, so that's border. This here. Seems really thick. The white. This is really good white fabric. It's not cheap see-through fabric either. So I gotta make my centers. All right. What do they have to be again? Jeez. I forgot already. All right. Wait, what am I doing? So how many that's going to give me? Oopsies, got a thread there. Well, let's just cut them and see. Let's subcut. Probably need one more strip. Cut the folds off. I do a really good job. So there is 8. Yeah, I definitely need more. I hate these kind of subcuts, man. Such an awkward number. There's 16. And let's line this up. There and there. I would give you the measurements, but like I said, I don't know if this is a free pattern or not. I have to go check their website. Okay, so there's that. There's junk. So I'm gonna have, if I cut one more strip, I'm good. One more strip, and I'll get my 42 centers. What did that? I don't think that cut. Take that over there. Subcut this. I don't like using big rulers if I don't have to. Okay, I have to flip this over. So 16 and 16 is 32. I need 42. I need 10 more. So I gotta cut 2 more times. Making do with all my fabric. This probably would have looked nice with a white on white. What do you think? White on white would have looked super nice. And one more cut. I don't think it has to be that perfect because a lot of this gets cut off. All right, there are my centers. That for sure is all the white that I need. So that will go into my scrap bin now because now it's too small to do anything with. Okay, so we have way too many of these. 2, 4, 6, 8. I only want 8 of those. This can go into my scrap bin. So that's good with that one. Now this one is my border. Inner border. Okay, so this one I'm going to just do a 1-inch border. So I'm going to cut my strips at 1.5 inch. And again, this is not their measurements. This is my own measurement. So we're going to cut 1.5 inch strips, and I'm going to cut the same amount as I did before. So 1.5 inch. So it's just going to be a small little skinny inside border, but it'll be cute. And I like inner borders. So where did I put my other stuff? Oh, never mind, I know. 1 inch, 1.5. Not sure how much I'll need. I don't push very hard here at the beginning, or just a little thread gets snagged. So that's 2/4. I think I'll cut 8 of these. There's 6. And here's 8. That should be enough for my inner border. All right, so this is inner border. Peel this ticket off, tag off, and write it. Hi Hazel, Happy New Year, Ruby, and all in the chat. It's just turned midnight here in Australia, 2020. Have a safe and... Oh, Happy New Year, Hazel. Yeah, you guys are way ahead of us. Have a great New Year's. I'm going to be quilting into the new year. I have to go when I get a lady. She's coming to buy a lot of my soaps and stuff. And I have to leave when she comes, and then I'm going to come back. So basically, I'm just going to pause the video. So I'll probably be gone for about an hour. But I am going to ring in the new year live quilting. So we're going to only cut 4 strips of that for our whatchamacallit, our 4 patches. 2. And then we will have this big piece of fabric left. You know. Let me just line this back up because I moved it off of the line. Line it back up there on my mat. Perfect. Whoopsies. 2.5. There's another one. And one more. And then we have a nice piece of fabric left. Okay. That's going to be plentiful. Alright, so I've got this nice piece of ironed fabric left. And I'll just put this with my fat quarter stashes or my extra piece fabrics.
Your first?
Sure. Watch your feet, hon.
Why? Moving.
Because I'm going to move.
Oh.
I'm going to roll my chair over here to my stash of fabric. Okay, that's done. We're getting there. So we'll just stack these all up together because this is the 4 patch. I'm going to write that right now because I keep forgetting. I don't know what I did with my pencil. Oh, it's right here. Okay. 4 patch. Oh, it even hurts to write. 4 patch border. I can't press hard. So we'll just leave you right there for now. Now, this one here is all the sashing. So, this is a different size cut as well. Oh, this fabric is gorgeous. I can't even tell you how gorgeous it is, guys. It's just too gorgeous. All right, let me see. That's covered. Just want to make sure my ends all... No, I gotta find out what size I need to cut these. The sashings. So, cut this off and make sure I have 8 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that means I went through all 8 layers. Now my sashing. Okay, with the fabric, yes. What? Sew end to end and subcut. Oh, 1 minute, guys. Hi, Sharon. Okay, so I have to go in about 20 minutes and I'll come back. I'm going to be live almost all day, guys. This here part, I'm really confused. I have to sew all these strips together. And then subcut them. Oh my God. Well, that kind of makes sense. So what I'll do is I'll just do this. I'll just cut the strips. I understand what they want me to do. This is going to be beautiful against the white, this color, guys. I don't know. Huh. I'm not getting that. So D and E. Oh. Okay, so I skipped one. So I need 35 of those. Okay. Now I see. So D is 1, 2, 3. So I need 4 of those. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. How many did the pattern say I needed? 30. So I need 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I need 35 of those. And I'm just going to cut a bunch. Okay. So 8, 16. No, I'm not going to get 8. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, I will. If I cut it that way, I will get 8, 16, 32, and 1 more. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to cut these. So I'm just going to move this fabric here, and I'm going to turn all this, and I'm going to subcut these. Because this is part of the sashing. I which I didn't pay mind to, but I did write the right amount I needed. And I'm going to have scraps, which is just fine with me. Wait, that's only 32. I need 35. Well, that's okay. I could do it. $32, $33, $34, and $35. That will work for me. I'll have to kind of, all right, where are you? You know what? It's not just my chair that's squeaky, it's this floor. Alright, let's make sure I flatten that so I get a true cut. Okay, so there is my 35. So that's one sashing. These are all scraps, which these will come in handy if I ever have to make something. So that's okay there. All right, so these are the sashings. So I'm going to need to put that with my sashings. Now I'm going to need normal size. And just, how many do I need? I think it said 7. So I'll end up with 8. 7 with the fabric. That's good. There's 1. 2. 3. I can't wait to see all this quilt put together in the colors. Oh my gosh, the pineapple blocks are going to be stunning. All right, so this should be enough, but you never know. I'm going to cut one more. I always like to be safe than sorry, because if I've already cut all this up into those pieces, then I'll be crying. All right, so this is all sashing. Okay, I'm not going to sew this right now. I'll sew it after, once I pull the machine out. So this is done. So we've got all our cuts done except for the whatchamacallit. We've got all these cuts done. That's a lot of cutting for those. That's scrap. Now I'm going to cut these, and I'm going to cut 4 strips for the 4 patches at 2.5 inch. 2.5 inches. Go straight in line with my ruler. Okay, Hazel says, I may still be up to watch. Had a few wines, so I'm on top of the world. Good for you. Hi, Sharon Ross. Hello, Ruby. Just wondering where you live because you talk about the storm. I live in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, Sharon, and we have had a storm for 2 days straight. Our postal service has been canceled. Our garbage service, actually the garbage bin, are picking up the garbage on Saturday and Sunday because of the 2 days, yesterday and today. didn't pick up garbage because the roads are absolutely phenomenally dangerous and so snow covered. But it's ended, and now it's just the mass cleanup. I live in, or what am I making? I am making myself for once. I am making a quilt called a pineapple block quilt, and I'm kind of doing it my way. So there's 3, and this will be the 4th one, so that'll be 8 strips. I don't think I need all of them, but what I have left will go into my scrap bin because I'll be making a scrappy quilt. So this is what's left over. A good ½ yard of fabric. Easy. So that's left over of the purple. That is gorgeous. I'm just going to stack it here. I am making, I'll show you, I am making a paper pieced quilt block. So I did the inner white. All of these are those strips over there, which you can't see right now. But I just finished cutting all the white for this part of the pineapple, and then these will be all colored. So the outside borders of the pineapple square will really stand out on that purple sashing right there. So I just think that's going to look super sweet. So this is what I'm making. This is a paper pieced. These are very time consuming. I can tell you that. One block is very, very time consuming. Hi, Tina. I quilt too. Haven't made myself one yet either. I know, right, Tina? I just made 9 quilts for Christmas and gave them all away, and they were beautiful. But I like this one too. This is going to be gorgeous. So each one of these, you do one step, then you fold the paper. So this is one block is time consuming. So I'm in no rush whatsoever to make myself a quilt because, you know, I'll have it done by probably spring, hopefully. Maybe February. It is very time consuming. But like I said, I need another pack of this because this only has 40 sheets. I need 42. I'm too short. Unless I can somehow scan this and print it off on regular paper. It won't hurt to just use regular paper for 2 blocks instead of buying a whole damn book. All right, so we need to cut these here. And I'm only going to cut one at a time because you saw, oh no, I can stack 2 on here. That's right. So I'm going to stack these 2 fabrics and cut 4 strips from here. So get my leftover fabric. So this is a whole yard. So I want to line them all up nice. Nicely ironed, and everything's all good to go here. All right, so let's get this lined up on my board here. Lined up there. Lined up there. This is not quite lined up. There we go. Make sure it's, why do I feel a bump right there? What is going on? That's not going to matter because I'm not going to get to you anyway, so I don't care. This will all have to be re-ironed when I go to use it again anyway, so I'm just going to pull this down a bit. I'm going to snip off the edge, my selvage here, and keep the salvages nice and straight. So we'll cut 4 strips at 2.5 of these 2 colors. So there's a light and a dark. 1, 2. This chair is annoying me to no end. 3. And 1 more. And then we have leftover fabric to go into my stash, which is nice because there's enough fabric here to do a border on something. Cut this to do this kind of a binding again. It's enough to do a binding on a quilt. Believe me, there's a lot there. Just a little thread showing. All right, you are good. Okay, so we've got this is my extra. So I'll just put it with my stash. That's really nice to have. Love this fabric, my gosh. And this isn't really blue, it's like a purpley blue. Does that make sense? All right, so I'm just gonna sit those there for now. And then let's bring them down, these two, and these are the last two I have to cut for the checkerboard border that I'm making. Like I said, I put that on my girl's quilt and it just turned out so freaking beautiful. Oh my God. So gorgeous. So I'm not going to waste that much fabric if I don't have to. I'm not going to. Just going to cut off a little bit as long as I got all the salvages. We shall see. There should be 8 pieces here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's how you count. So we need 4 strips of these, and then we're done. And then I got to finish subcutting my 2.5-inch squares. Into. Oh, right. I needed 4 more strips. That's okay, I'll just take 1 from each of these. 2. I needed 4 more jelly roll strips to make my 504 color. So I'll just take 1 each of these. It's not going to really matter because I don't think I'm going to need all these for a border. No, definitely not. So there should be 2 per stack, or is there only 1? 1, 2, 3. Huh. We need 1. We need 2. So I'm going to cut 1 more strip because these are singled out. That's not good. Just in case. All right, now we're good. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now these ones here, I could take 1 of these because this has 2 per stack. There's 3. And what other color? I already have lots of that. I already have that one, right? No, that's light. This one's a dark one. I could take a dark. That's not really dark. This one is. Darn it. I'll take the... I don't know which one I'll take. Which one? This one. Screw it. I'm just going to take that one. Yeah. Okay, so there's the 4 that I need to finish my all my pieces for. So this is the 4-patch one. I don't think I'll need all these. I already know I'm not going to need all these. This is a ridiculous amount. But those are the only colors I have to make the 4-patch with. But these are all ones in my quilt, so I'm not worried about that. So put that over there for now. Let's get these folded up. So I'm going to put these with my leftover stash pieces, which will be just fine. And I'm not going to wreck any of it. Alright. There we go. So I'm going to just move away here and put these over here. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of pretty purples there. This can go in my bin. My scrap bin over there. So this I need with these jelly rolls. So I'm going to line these all up on my board and just subcut them all. I could probably do 8 at a time. So I could do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'll stack those 8. And then we have these 4. So we have 1. I got to get going here in a minute. 2. I'll be about a half an hour. 3, maybe an hour. Depends how long she's here buying stuff. 4. Do you like how that cut? I want to do a jelly roll quilt. I'm a member of a guild. Oh, Tina, that's awesome. I used to be into guild years ago. There's 8 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, and 4. So I have to make all these 5 rows to cut. Is my ruler going to fit the length? Yes, good. So I'll just make these into subcut rows. But I do have to line these all up nicely, because I do have to subcut all these. And then that will give me a definite. But like I said, there's a lot of waste cutting off on those pineapples. There is a lot of waste. But you want to do it, you got to do it. That's just how the pineapple is. Jelly rolls are so easy to do. We have two quilts hanging in our local hospital behind glass for years to come. What a blessing to be a part of that. Oh my God, Tina, yes. I made a quilt not too long ago. Actually, no, it was quite a while ago, and it wasn't finished. And I was making it for charity, and I was actually going to bring it to the hospital, but I ended up, my aunt, she's came into my life, and I had to give it to her. So I finished it, and it was all in purples. So there's that one, subcut. So this one here, we got to subcut this. I'm just trying to line it up with the lines on my mat. So as long as I got a nice variety of colors, I'm good. So I'm gonna do darks and lights, just kind of mix them all up kind of thing. I want to put that one there, because that's going to be the last one. Oh yeah. I don't know, I find sewing to be very relaxing. You know, I like to do things that are extremely relaxing. But I'm getting sick and tired of giving my quilts away. I'm going to start, if you look at some of those people that work in Fat Quarter Shop, you should see their stash of quilts in their closets, all nicely folded in a closet full. There's like hundreds of quilts in their closets, and I got none. Zippo. None. No quilts. And I've made a lot of quilts. in my life. And my daughter, Cassie, the youngest, she's got 4 of my quilts. Now she has 5, 6, 7 quilts. And I got none. Because I gave her, her husband, and Chase a quilt. So now she's got 3 quilts just at Christmas time in her family. So I'm like, yeah, I think it's high time I get some quilts. So I've got all these quilt kits that I got. I have 5 or 6 of them that I got from Fat Quarter Shop. And I got one from Shabby Fabrics. I haven't got it yet. And I haven't got all my quilt kits from Fat Quarter Shop either. And I'm doing a quilt along with Fat Quarter Shop in January. I signed up for that. So I'll be doing a block a week or a block a month. I think it's a block a month. So I'm good with that. So these are the ones I cut because there's no pink edges. So these are my 2 I cut. 4. So now I know I've got all my 504 pieces is what I need for the pineapple block. So there's that. And one more strip. One more. I'm going to push this down so I can line these 2 up. And line that up. Okay, don't give me a hard time. There we go. There, and this top one is kind of shifted. So we're just going to move it over a little bit. There. All right. Then I'm all done. Once I get these done, I'm all done cutting. Other than those strips I have to sew together and subcut them. That's not going to take long, as I only have to subcut like 7 pieces. So that's going to be just fine. All right, let's get this done. Actually, let's pull this down. I'm not wasting that much fabric. I don't know how many of these I'll get. I think I should get 4 cuts in my subcuts. 4 of them. Okay, so we're good. We're good. Straight. Looks pretty straight, right? Let's get these subcut, and then I'm done. And when I come back, I'll finish separating all of these into pieces. These are actually bigger than what the pattern called for. But I'm not going to sit here and cut them down. They're going to get cut off anyways, so not going to be worried about that. Whoops. Don't want them to be short though either. And one more cut. We are good with all my cutting. All right. Wow, that was a big job getting everything all cut. So I'm just going to lay these, oops, in in the order here because I'm separating all of these like I was earlier. Just, oh my God, I can't believe I got these all done. All my cutting is done, guys. This is a blessing. What is that wrinkled? Oh, because I never ironed my 2.5-inch squares. Wow, look at that. We have a heap of fabric. Look at all of it. And that's not all of it, because I have some more. Where did I put it? I don't know where I put it, but anyway. We are good. We're all cut. This is nice. Just have to put my things away. And I'm going to go tend to that lady. I can put my ironing board back up. Keep it up here because I like to keep this underneath because I think this really protects. I know it's a piece of thick plywood, but I feel like sometimes it goes right through the plywood, guys. So I'm going to just move this all out of the way and finish sorting all of this out when I come back. I'll move this back here, move you back, and that back here. There we go. Okay, we're good to go. So we're going to finish sorting off our piles when I come back. And this is what I have to sort yet. These 2 stacks right here. Well, these are sorted. I have to sort these ones. So all of this stuff I'm just going to move because I don't need any of this right now. And I will, ouch, I'm going to, do you send out to quilt? No, I quilt them myself, Tina. I quilted all of them myself. I quilted everything. I've always quilted all my own quilts. Even when I was doing them on the sewing machine quilting by myself, free motion, I did it all myself. Nobody helped me. And I actually like it, to be honest. It's a lot of fun. So we don't need any of this stuff. All we need is to make our pineapple. And we'll do that when I come back. So I'm going to get going here because that lady will be here any minute. And I think I can pause this. If not, let me bend this back down so you guys can see. Make sure you can see when I get back. There we go. So I'll be back. Hi, Pam. Yeah, I quilt no, I don't do quilt as you go. This here, if you go back on my channel and look, you'll see I have a long arm frame. And my Juki goes, this machine here goes right onto that frame. And I did all free motion quilting on all those quilts. And I got 2 videos of me doing it. So you can go and see how I do the machine quilting. How are you, Pam? I'm just getting going, but I'll be back in about a half an hour to an hour because I'm going to be quilting all day. And I'm bringing in the new year by quilting. So I'll see you guys back here later. Okay, guys? Have fun. I'll see you soon.